Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. This is not one of my dogs, but he is a house guest for the next few days. So this is Benny. We are going to be taking you through a nice foot-focused yoga practice. So find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today in a comfy seat, and this one's weird, but I really like this one. You're just gonna take one of your feet and then slide your fingers through between your toes. See if you can fit a finger between each of your toes. You can slide your fingers as close to the toe mounds as you'd like. Feel free to, work at this a little bit. Just sliding your hands between your toes might not give you the best stretch. But then just sit tall. If you're able, close your eyes. Just kind of encouraging, kind of giving your foot almost a hug with your hand. And just spreading the toes out. Maybe bringing the fingers a little bit further in between your toes if you find that there's some extra space there. And then we will just be switching sides. So you can let go of your foot hug. We'll call it a foot hug. And just switch sides. Slide your fingers between your toes. Take your time. Maybe even pull your toes just a little longer while you're there in the process. And just know that your fingers might move slightly deeper into those toe crevasses as you sit here for a few moments. So just lengthen through your spine. Give your foot a nice little hug with your hand. Who has given their foot a hug before? A very important area of the body, our feet, our toes. They hold us up all day. They help us balance, move from point A to point B. And they need some love. Nice work, you guys. So you can slowly let go of your foot hug. Slide your fingers out. Maybe they're stuck a little bit. And then you can just bring your knees together, hug it out, rock it out a little bit. We're going to come over onto our knees into tabletop. So you can bring your knees together, your big toes closer together as well, and then tuck your toes under. Feel free to keep your hands on your mat so that you don't have too much weight in your toes and your feet. Or you can sit back on your heels. Maybe resting your hands on your lap. Soften through your shoulders. As much weight and as much heaviness as you can put into those heels. Relaxing your body. Letting gravity pull your body down. And lengthen the toes. You're going to get that really intense, deep sensation running through your feet. Maybe running through your entire body. Nicely done, you guys. If you're lifted up, bring your hands back down to your mat. Come off of your feet. Give them a nice little shake, a little love tap. Then we'll be sitting on the tops of our feet, back on our heels, but resting on the top of our feet. And you can start to lean back. Maybe lift one knee, maybe lift the other. Hello, Mr. Ben. And you can float your knees. You can take your weight into your hands behind you, or you could rest your hands in your lap if you can keep the balance. But feeling those ankles, maybe up into the shins, the top of the feet. And as always, softening through the shoulders. And just switch sides. If you're lifting one knee at a time, just switch sides. And if you're lifting both, stay as you are. Maybe lift your knees a little bit higher. Awesome work, you guys. Take another breath. And then slowly bring your knees down. Come onto your hands. Give your ankles a nice little shake. Maybe even tap your toes on your mat a little bit. So we'll get into the top of the toes a little bit more than the ankles now. So keep your hands on your mat. From your knees, pull your left knee in towards your chest and see if you can rest on the top of your toes. So we're curling the toes towards the ball of the foot. You can keep your hands on your mat, but the higher you lift your knee, the more you might be able to rest on the top of the toes instead of just the top of the foot. And this one can be a little bit awkward, so we're not going to stay too long here. You can bring your knee back down and switch sides. Lift your right knee. Try to rest on the top of the toes. Maybe you feel better coming up, holding onto a table or something. But maybe you're able to have your hands on your mat, your knee towards the chest, and resting on the top of those toes. Nice work, you guys. Let's let that go. Come back onto your knee. Give your feet a shake. Shake up the toes a little bit. Wiggle them around. And then we'll just be crossing one foot over the other. So bringing the bony part of the top of your foot into the arch of your other foot. And then sitting back down on your heels and finding that sweet spot where you feel like you're getting that nice massage on that inner arch of your foot. So you might have to, it's kind of easy to sneak out of this one, to place your top foot in a place where you're not feeling too much. So you can adjust, you can find what you need today. One side might feel a whole lot different than the other side. So just try it. If you haven't done this in a while, it might feel really good. I don't know if sometimes you can roll your foot on a ball, like a lacrosse ball or a harder kind of ball. You can give your foot that kind of massage, or maybe you're lucky enough to get a foot massage every now and then. But just like that, our time here is up. So you can switch sides. If you need to shake out the ankles a little bit, go for it, and then switch. See how this side feels compared to the other side. Sit back on your heels as best you can. Make sure you're feeling something good, something intense. Nice job, you guys. When you feel ready for it, come back up into your tabletop. Uncross your feet, give your ankles a nice shake again, and then you can cross your ankles again all the way this time so that you can sit down. So in a cross-legged position, take one of your feet and bring it towards your hip crease. And from here, you just kind of want to stretch the side of your ankle. So maybe no problem at all to feel that stretch. You might not have to try too hard at all. And you can sit comfortably here. Half lotus, if you want to give it a name. But just kind of letting the ankle kind of turn down slightly so that you're stretching, you're lengthening through the outer edge of your foot. And so you can stay here, half lotus. Actually, you know what? Let's stay in half lotus. And then we'll try full lotus after. So we'll switch sides. We'll switch sides now, just to stretch out the ankles a little bit. Bring your foot as close to your hip crease as you can. Kind of see how that leg, the ankle kind of wants to fall towards your mat a little bit, but your foot's still staying on top of your leg. Finding that nice ankle stretch. And then we're gonna switch sides again. So you can do half lotus. One more time, just switch which feet you're doing, which foot you're doing. And if you wanna do full lotus, cross your other ankle on top as well. Bring both of your feet towards your hip creases. Scooch around so you're nice and centered. And maybe a little tip forwards. Feels good on the feet, on the ankles. Maybe just sitting tall. You might feel a lot through your hips here as well. And if this is just awkward and uncomfortable, just do half lotus. Focus on the ankle. Nice job, you guys. Slowly come back, uncross your legs or just switch sides. One foot or both feet. And if you are comfortable adding a little tip forwards, you could do that. Or you could stay sitting tall. Nice work, you guys. If you're folding a little bit, you can start to make your way back up. If you want to uncross your legs, shake it out a little bit, do that. But this is the end of our practice together. Thank you for joining me and Benny. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.